Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, coming at you with another video. Thank you guys so much for taking time out to check it out. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic weekend as we kick off another week in the new year. This year is going to be very exciting for us gamers. I know that everybody has games that they're looking forward to, but in particular for myself, because I'm like a tech guy, I love the idea of new consoles. I know that it seems like the Wii U just came out, but literally that was 5 years ago. And even the Xbox One came out, 4 years ago by the time the Scorpio comes out. So with that being said, even the PS4 Pro, I guess, was an exciting time. For me, I don't know if that distinguished itself enough from the regular PS4 to make it worthwhile, just in my opinion, with the time that I've spent with it. Whereas Scorpio, that's a huge leap. And then obviously the Switch being something completely different than the Wii U, obviously that's going to pique my interest. But with Scorpio coming at the end of the year and the Nintendo Switch coming at the beginning of the year, that actually could put Sony in a bad spot. And I know a lot of you guys are like, man, it's just another hater video by Crapgamer on Sony, and that's not the case, because I definitely don't want Sony to fail in any way. They have to be there so that them and Microsoft in particular can go back and forth, and then it helps out the consumers. But what I'm saying is it puts Sony in a very bad position, especially if they can't get their software out the door this year as promised. Now if they can get games like God of War, or if they can get their Gran Turismo's out, if they can get their God of War's out, maybe Days Gone, they're going to need some of that software at the end of the year to kind of help them compete against Scorpio, because obviously going up against the most powerful console ever is going to really hurt them in the sales department. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, no, it's not. Well, just look at the facts, right? Sony has proven that exclusives aren't really necessarily as important as they once were in the industry. Microsoft has had a really good run of exclusives, even stuff like Halo and Gears, and while it does win NPDs for those particular months, it doesn't really help long run. And Sony has really had kind of lackluster exclusives, and it hasn't really hurt them in the long run, even though people just mostly buy multiplats on it. The reasoning would be because of the power. So people are saying that power is more important than exclusives, and if that holds true, then obviously Xbox Scorpio is going to be a major player come September, October, November, when it releases. I'm not really sure when it will, but I think a lot of people are excited about it. And then with the Nintendo Switch, I know a lot of people maybe aren't big on Nintendo. They think it's kiddie or whatever. I like the fact that Nintendo is different. They offer something that appeals to pretty much every kind of gamer, in my opinion. I grew up with Nintendo. One of my first consoles was, a Nintendo console. One of my favorite games is Mario Brothers 3. I enjoy it. I even like the Wii U. I like the Wii. I like variety and things like that. I think Nintendo does a good job at getting, different things across. They're bad at some things, I agree. Like they're not hopping on the achievements bandwagon and not having a decent online infrastructure with like voice chat and stuff like that. Hopefully that stuff's fixed with the Switch. But if this thing is $250, imagine how crazy people are going to go for this. Absolutely crazy. No matter what. I think that a lot of people are going to go for this a big way. I know a lot of people are hung up on the third-party stuff, but to me that stuff doesn't matter as much, because most people that buy Nintendo stuff only buy it for the first-party stuff anyway, and they've been doing that for decades. So I'm not saying that it would be like a terrible thing, but Nintendo is in a really good spot, being that they're the kind of the wild card, the dark horse, if you will. And I think that with that and the fact that Scorpio is coming later, and Microsoft has a pretty good lineup of exclusives this year with Forza 7, State of Decay, Halo Wars 2, Scalebound, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3. There's going to be some Killer Instinct stuff this year, and Nintendo supposedly with a new Beyond Good and Evil, and as well as that new Mario Brothers and the new Zelda. That is a lot to go up against, and Sony, I'm not sure if they have the prowess right now in the software department to do that. I'm curious to hear what you guys think, though. Maybe I'm just crazy and just off my rocker, but let me know what you guys think. Sound off, comment, rate, subscribe, and as always, rack 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crapgamer out.